Welcome back. My name is Elle, the Marketing Blondie, and you are watching the Instagram Anti-Algorithm Training Series, where you can discover the ultimate framework to going from nobody to somebody in your niche within 30 days without lip syncing on reels or sliding into people's DMs with an awkward sales pitch. So without further ado, let's get into training number 1. And today's training is all about really optimizing your profile for success. Now, whatever you're doing at the moment with your profile, and which you probably think is the right thing, I'm willing to bet that you're probably not ticking all of the boxes that are required for you to basically make your profile as convertible as possible, so that when you're building your audience and people land on your profile, it's like more of a no-brainer that they're going to stick around and maybe even make contact with you, right? Maybe follow you or click the link in your bio and sign up to your freebie. So we're going to start with your profile photo. We're going to start at the top and work our way down. Now, really, it's worth listening to this video or watching this video, because if you think that you've got it all nailed, then do just listen, just to make sure that you haven't forgotten anything. And if anything, you know, if you have done every single thing in this video, then you can give yourself a pat on the back and move on to training 2. So we're going to start from the top and work our way down. So number 1, is your profile photo. So you want your profile photo ideally to be anywhere from like here upwards, big smile. You want to look presentable, you want to look friendly, you want to look welcoming, especially if you're inviting people into your DMs, if that's kind of your vibe. If you're like, if you're saying to people, if you're giving them a call to action saying DM me this, you want to kind of look like you're going to be pretty nice when somebody slides into your DMs, right? So nice clear photos so that someone can see your face. Logos just aren't really part of your personal brand, right? If you're a solopreneur, or maybe you're the attractive character, you're the protagonist who's the face of social media in your very small business, maybe it's just a 2-man band, husband and wife kind of thing, then obviously you'll want to, the attractive character. When I say attractive character, you don't have to be conventionally attractive. It's just a name for the person who's at the forefront of the brand doing all of the content like this. You are obviously the face of your personal brand, right? And this is what we're doing. We are social branding. We're building our personal brands using social media. There's a clue in the title, it's social. And if you want to be as social as possible on a social media platform, then you want to obviously be approachable, So big smile, clear face, no logo. Ideally, the kind of trend that we're seeing at the moment on Instagram is having this kind of blank background. So what a lot of people are doing is taking like a headshot, going onto Canva, removing the background of their photo, and just having, the outline of them, and then a background that's just a plain color background that matches the aesthetic of their feed, which is, it's cool, it's trending, it works. So if you want to hop on board with that, cool. If you just want to use a photo that's like still a good headshot, but you've got like the original background, as long as it's not too cluttered and distracting, it's gonna be fine. Moving down onto the profile, your bio. Now, this is where some people miss some things, right? So we're gonna just make sure that you've really got your bio dialed in. And so that when your dream audience land on your profile, the first thing that they're going to see is your bio. And if it really speaks to them and there's something in there that's a little bit, you want them to know that they're in the right place, right? So what you're going to want to have, I keep going like this, I got like really shiny lip gloss on and it keeps getting stuck to my teeth. So what you want to have is your name. Now, your name is now search friendly, so there is no limit to how many characters you can now have in the name of your Instagram bio. So what I would recommend having is your name, and then maybe a little dash, or the line that just goes like that, not sure what that's called. So a little dash or a line, and then what you refer to yourself as. Please do try and keep this as search engine optimization friendly as possible. If you are a business coach, a fitness coach, a health coach, an expert in something, a branding expert, I could go on, there's so many things, obviously. That's really the term that you want to use. Now, obviously, if you don't want to pigeonhole yourself and limit yourself to a name like coach, then obviously just you can use whatever term you want, but just make sure it's searchable. Obviously, what you don't want to be doing is using word like marketing unicorn princess sparkle dust, because it sounds cool and it's unique, but no one is going to be searching for that. Now, I disagree with the latest Instagram gurus telling you that Instagram is now a search engine. That's just my opinion. Google and YouTube are the market dominators for search engine, right? You can search for things on Instagram, but I bet you a lot that it's not their first reaction to go onto Instagram and search for the thing that they're searching for, right? It's a social media platform. It's not a search engine. You can search on there. It's not a search engine. So obviously don't worry too much. People aren't, when people are searching with intent, they're probably not going with Instagram. But, if somebody is thinking, okay, I want to find a business coach on Instagram, someone who I can follow and consume content from, then they may well be going to the search bar and typing in business coach for women or business coach for men or whatever it is. So make sure that your name is searchable. Now, moving on down to your bio, you want to make it obvious. I would say what you do, who you do it for, and the vehicle that you use to do that. So definitely have in there your niche. So I help female entrepreneurs, or I teach female entrepreneurs how to get their scale to their first 10K months. So who do you help? What do you help them do? What do you help them with? Using, and then the vehicle. So, you could be whatever, using crystals or using, insane personal branding or social media marketing or, business and manifestation, whatever it is that you do, your kind of vehicle. Now, you might be an expert that kind of has a few vehicles. So if you kind of want to, if you kind of want to zoom out a little bit and maybe focus on, you could be a personal branding expert, but one of the vehicles that you teach people how to get a result is using Instagram. One of the vehicles that you teach people how to, what to do might be, offer creation. Another one might be YouTube. Another one might, so it's like if you kind of want to zone out a little bit and focus on a wider vehicle, like personal branding, social media marketing, whatever it is that you teach, then use that. And then, So that's kind of it's more commonly known as like an I help statement. It just lets people know that they're in the right place and exactly who you are and what you do. If you have, if you are a business coach for female entrepreneurs using the law of attraction to grow your business, then, if a bloke who's a plumber who wants to know how to get more leads for his plumbing business lands on your profile, he's going to know that you're not really the right kind of person for him. So next thing, the next line could, if you have this, it could be like a humble brag. So a milestone or a goal or something. So you could have something like, I have helped X amount of people achieve this. I've helped generate X amount of money for these people. I've helped these people generate X amount more leads, or join X amount of clients who are in the membership, something like that. If you don't really have anything that you can use just yet, then maybe put just like an interesting fact about yourself. I've used before, my bio is kind of under construction right this second at the moment, but I've used before ex-recruiter turned self-taught marketer, which is kind of interesting. It kind of lets people know that, like, hey, my background is kind of like recruitment, like sales and recruitment. So, I'm kind of used to business, sales, recruitment, corporate. I'm used to hiring people, interviewing people, that's kind of what I do. And then, digital marketing was kind of a passion project, and I've kind of gone from recruiter to self-taught digital marketer, and that's kind of what I do now. So it lets people know a bit of a background about you. And then the last thing that you're going to want to have is your call to action. This could be hit the link in my bio for your free, and then it could be your lead magnet, or get started with this offer, and it could be one of your low ticket offers, Or it could be, you could even be saying, watch stories with arrows pointing down. That's a really, really good way to kind of get people engaged and start moving through your videos and building know, like, and trust factor. So we're going to move on to that now. Stories. Stories are really, really important because they're kind of short form videos that turn into long form videos when they're all in a row, right? So, you know, you're posting your stories every day, giving people a little bit of insight into the behind the scenes of your business, your personal life. Maybe you're screenshotting some of your offers, screenshotting some of your client calls and going like, oh, this call was fire today, like can't wait for the next one, you know, just giving people an insight. And what you can do, obviously, as you all know, is you can pin these to your story highlights. And not a lot of people are taking advantage of story highlights. Now, story highlights are amazing because you can treat story highlights as mini training series that are evergreen. So they will be there forever for new people. When they're clicking onto your profile, they can then binge watch, not only, you know, they can binge watch your story highlights, not only your grid content, but the reason why you want people to binge watch your story highlights is because it's video that builds know, like, and trust factor. So grid posts are great, you know, Canva, infographics and stuff are great for educational posts, and you might post reels and stuff, kind of short form video. But really, video, particularly longer form video, is really where the trust and the know and the like and the your relationships are kind of built, relationships on screen. So you should be pinning some mini training series, you know, some if you go and post a story one day and it's like the day that you decide to sell one of your offers, you're like, oh, I'm going to talk about my offer today, I really want to sell it. You can then go and pin that to your story highlights under the highlight of the name of the offer that it is, and it's there all the time then. So when someone's flicking through, maybe there's one pinned story highlight of an introduction to who you are, a little bit about what you do, who you are, who you help, how you help. And then the next story highlight might be like one of your insane offers, or you should have all of your offers on there really, but let's say you start with like the low ticket offer. Someone could go through and then you could be that they would be watching a story that you filmed ages ago, but you were like, in the moment you were really, really excited about selling your offer, and you were like, oh my god, this is the best thing since sliced bread, you need to get into this offer, it's the best thing, blah blah blah. And it's like the energy's high, you know, it's all going on. And you know, you could kind of it's kind of evergreen then. It's a sales pitch that works for you. You don't have to record one every single day. You know, when people say you should be out there on social media, on Instagram, selling your offers every day, what if you only have one offer? You know, like, you probably wouldn't want to post a story every 24 hours selling the same offer in the same way. I would recommend selling it in a slightly different way. You know, the first day could be just a camera to face pitch on why someone should join your offer. The next day could be a screenshot into the back end of the site, maybe a screenshot of the course or whatever, and like, hey, like, this is what you get, bam, bam, bam. And then the next day could be a screenshot of a testimonial of someone who's taken the course and absolutely loved it. So, you know, obviously that's what you want to be doing every day, but if you want to then pin those to your story highlights, is there all the time. That's the point that I'm making. So that if on a day you don't sell your offer for whatever reason, or you have a day off, or you go on a holiday, whatever it is, then your story highlights are still going to be on there selling your offers for you. So that's story highlights. What I personally like to do with story highlights is have like an introduction, and under the introduction it will say start here. Again, that's kind of a trend at the moment. It might change, but it seems to be working. So people get a call to action that says, oh, start here. Okay, I'm going to click on that first story highlight, and then they'll go all the way through. Moving on downwards is your grid posts. So there's not really much to say about grid posts. I'm going to wrap this first training episode up now. But grid posts are obviously there for like your infographics and carousels, pictures of yourself, you know, like whatever, like anything. I post some talking reels, but I also do love an infographic, and obviously your grid feed is the perfect place to post an infographic. Lots and lots of educational, valuable content there. Storytelling as well. I mean, videos are great for storytelling, but you can also kind of put an image or a carousel on your Insta grid post and kind of tell a story, you know, from page to page of a swipe through carousel. You could tell a story on that as well. Obviously you've got captions on your grid posts for telling stories, and engaging captions that convert, that prompt people to reach out to you or drop a comment or DM you or click the link in your bio or download this freebie or take advantage of an offer, whatever it is. So that's kind of the basics of Instagram. That's how you want to be optimizing your profile. Obviously, if you've done all that already, then great. If you've kind of gone through that list and you're thinking, I've got a good profile photo, but I think I could tweak my bio to make it a little bit more attractive, or crap, I haven't pinned any stories to my highlights. We've got no highlights on our Instagram, then obviously this is the place for you to start doing that. So that is the end of episode 1 for the Instagram anti-algorithm method. I don't think I've actually introduced it, but the anti-algorithm method is obviously the best way to go from nobody to somebody in your niche. Maybe you have a sustainable business already and you're getting some sales, but they're not really coming from social media, and you're missing a trick with social media, right? And you're like, I could be doing so much more with this. But you've been busy kind of doing your coaching and delivering your offers and doing all the other things. You've kind of pushed social media to the bottom of the priority list a little bit, and you see all these other people in your niche, leaders, kind of smashing it on socials and growing their followings and getting leads and sales from social media, and you're like, I know this could be me. But maybe at the moment your business on Instagram looks exactly like that, a little Instagram business, and you want to kind of move away from the little Instagram business and over to the go-to sought after industry expert who it's a no-brainer to buy from. So I'll see you in the next episode.